Hey y'all, welcome to your daily drip for Monday, December 8th, 2025. And yes, happy moon day, y'all. Today is ruled by the moon. So let's get into today's energy because the chart is kind of loud and layered. Honestly, it feels like we've hit an internal and external breaking point that's kind of leading to a breakthrough. So from my location this morning, Scorpio was rising at 29 degrees, that anoretic final and pressurized degree. So, what I've noticed is that anytime we're starting a day at 29 degrees on the house cups, given I use equal house system with whole sign consideration, there is an unmistakable sense of something ending, something culminating. Or you could look at it like something just can't be ignored anymore. And because this will be happening over the next couple of days, it truly feels like we're wrapping up some sort of emotional material before entering some new terrain. My goodness. But in the first house, we've got Venus at 9 degrees of Sag, the Sun at 16 degrees and 36 minutes of Sag, which is in the Aries decan and Gemini Dwad. We also have Juno at 22 degrees of Sag and Mars at 24 degrees and 51 minutes of Sag. So there's a Sag stellium that's bringing big fire energy. And this could come off like blunt truth or even impatience, but it definitely still gives momentum and also the desire to kind of push forward into the future. So, looking at the Sun's specific decan and Dawad today, it's definitely setting a tone because the Sun in Sagittarius is in the Aries decan and the Gemini Dawad. This is the area that gives I need freedom and answers and movement. It's truth seeking fire, and it has kind of a restless undercurrent. Now, this energy can be extremely expressive, extremely honest, and extremely unwilling to shut the fuck up. I don't know another way to put it. But when you combine the energy of the Sun with Mars and Juno sitting nearby, as well as Venus, this is relationship dynamics, expectations, accountability, promises, and personal sovereignty. That feel is all kind of being activated. So, now, in this chart, every single house cusp is sitting at 29 degrees, and the same will be true tomorrow too, before we move on the 10th, and Sag will be rising. But thanks to where the ascendant is falling today, this creates a universal theme. So again, we're thinking finishing, dissolving, finally having to make a decision. Okay, finalizing, not going back, the energy of point of no return. And this pairs directly with some of the aspects that are happening today. So we'll come back to those though. But in the sixth house, we've got Uranus. It's in Taurus. It's retrograde. And at the 28th degree, it's in the Capricorn decan and Aries Dawad. This is fascinating. So the Aries Dawad under Taurus always adds some heat and some fire under that ass. But Capricorn, the Capricorn decan adds pressure and control themes. So where Uranus is right now, it's in the fixed energy of Taurus, but it's giving authority, pressure, and discipline thanks to the Capricorn decan. And it's given impulse, explosions, assertions with the Aries Dawad. In a way, this can be a bit of a powder keg combination, and we're going to be feeling this for a while, not just today. And it matters a lot because, well, Black Moon Lilith is opposing Uranus today. Exactly. The moon is now in Leo, okay? It's at 4 degrees of Leo, which puts it in the Leo decan and the Virgo Dawad. Now, the Leo decan is given like pure heart-centered expression, confidence, and visibility, while the Virgo Dawad is giving, check yourself, okay? You gotta do better. So this is the energy of improvement, refinement, and accountability. And this combination says, express yourself, but have some self-awareness, okay? Feel your feelings, but you need to reflect before you react. And the Dawad matters because the aspects today are pushing the moon very hard. Now, Back to Black Moon Lilith opposing Uranus, okay? At the time that I cast this chart, it was approaching an opposition by just 8 minutes. So, this is the planetary equivalent of like a pressure cooker with the lid blowing off. And Lilith exposes raw emotion, resentment, truth that you swallowed and didn't want to, okay? You tried to stuff it down, and boundaries perhaps you've avoided. Uranus is the energy of bringing shocks, okay? Clarity, liberation, and almost like a rupture. So, leading up to this exact opposition, this is the true energy of a culmination of that, okay? This is like final truth energy. It's I can't pretend to do this shit anymore energy. It's what is hidden is now undeniable. So be careful because you could expect today some sudden emotional clarity. There'll be some truth bombs provided, especially when it comes to revelations, relationships, breakdowns that lead to breakthroughs, you could look at it as, right? And a refusal to tolerate what keeps nagging at you with that breakthrough. Like you have to speak on it. So this is kind of a liberation day as far as that energy is concerned. And Mars is square Saturn, okay? Mars in Sagittarius wants freedom. And Saturn in Pisces says, I need you to slow down and reflect because you need to be accountable. And squares, they create friction, okay? Friction that demands attention and sometimes correction. So expect frustration, unfortunately, some delays, or the need to structure your impulses. This is like needing emotional discipline, right? And that emotional discipline that you already have being tested or feeling held back before a reason. It's a maturity checkpoint in a lot of ways. So when you act today, the goal is to act in wisdom, okay? This square plus the Lilith Uranus opposition is creating a high voltage emotional pressure. Now, we also have Juno trine Chiron, and this is kind of, I think, in a lot of ways, a saving grace, though I could see how this could go not so well. So partnership wounds can be understood instead of ignored. This could lead to moments of honest conversation, you know, those sort of conversations where healing insights rise to the fore. You're able to go, oh my gosh, this is what we needed to get to the core of. This is the energy also of accountability in long-term relationships. Revisiting what your expectations are. I just made a post on the Spiritual Gangster Certified page today about unspoken expectations leading to resentment. And oh my God, it's so true. You have to speak on your expectations. They can't sit underneath the surface. Just like, okay, well, the other person will figure it out. Nah. This is a day to pay attention to that, okay? This energy is actually, I feel, kind of soothing some of the tension otherwise present today. So Neptune's also sextile Uranus, and I feel like this is intuitive clarity, okay? So even though the day is intense, this gives way to some sharp ass intuition. This is the energy of insights out of nowhere. I know some people call them downloads. But, you know, symbolism, dreams, signs, they're all louder today. Now, Saturn's trine Mercury, and who is this transit everything today? So, where Mars square Saturn is creating a lot of frustration and Lilith opposing Uranus is creating a bit of an eruption, we can kind of look at Saturn trine Mercury as more clarity given, right? Grounded thinking and some emotional control. So this is the energy I would say that kind of says, you know, you can speak your truth without burning everything down, okay? This is a supportive beam for the day. And Lilith is also trine Neptune. This is like the energy of helping you release some emotional truths gently and with grace, right? Hidden feelings, trauma-informed insights, intuitive awareness, they're all supported. Okay, it's like a spiritual purge in a lot of ways. We also have Jupiter quincunx Mars, and the best way to put this is a mismatch between belief and action, okay? So you got to be careful because this sort of energy can create overreaction, doing too much impulsive decision making, or thinking you can just like run off on adrenaline. need to check your motives before you just go out there and act, okay? Chiron square Jupiter. This is literally, to me, wounds colliding with worldview, okay? Patterns that you've outgrown have been becoming more than visible over the past few days. And now they're like, okay, yeah, I see it. Beliefs that protected you once may limit you. This is uncomfortable but deeply clarifying energy. Now, if we talk about the overall themes for today, I would look at it like emotional truth erupts. Okay, so that's one thing to look out for. Freedom is confronting responsibility with that Mars square Saturn, right? Healing conversations are definitely possible. Self expression needs refinement, finality, and closure in multiple life areas because, we're hitting that 29th degree. And please use Saturn and Mercury to speak clearly, okay? Wisdom is a core focus today, okay? Wisdom allows you to lean into it, to speak with intention, to speak with clarity, to speak in a way that leaves a lasting impression. And you do not want to impulsively act out today. Now, given the energy of today, I really want everybody to take the opportunity on this moon day, especially get in tune with your emotions, be real with yourself about what you're feeling right now. Because when you feel compelled to speak on what it is that you feel, you're going to need to actually know what that is. No masking, no pretending, no people pleasing. I love you. Have a great day.